Hello, it's me, Chris with a K. I hope everyone's well. You have to admire modern day politics. A resident can't get answers by email, can't get answers by letter, can't even get answers at a council meeting. So can't get answers through the official channel. But the moment they ask questions in a car park, suddenly there's a 5-minute Facebook video about democracy. It's truly remarkable. Some politicians treat public accountability like teenagers treat washing up. Leave it long enough and then suddenly after 3 weeks you're shocked.
Ew! Dude! What the f***?
When you're eventually asked what's going on. Poor old Labour. A party currently causing more U-turns than a learner driver in a Tesco car park is now explaining to the public how frustration should be handled correctly. Apparently the public are allowed to be angry, just not loudly. So sit back as we listen to what Terry Jermy, MP for South West Norfolk, has to say regarding what happened in Thetford the other night.
Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Terry here, just wanted to give you a quick update on a few things. Firstly, thank you to everyone that's been in touch over the last few days following the Thetford Town Council meeting on Thursday. It wasn't a particularly pleasant meeting. The period after the meeting really wasn't particularly pleasant. Sadly, a group of individuals, how best to describe this? A group of individuals surrounded myself and colleagues as we were leaving the meeting and basically spent a good few minutes screaming all sorts of abuse and asking quite odd questions, frankly, all designed to harass, all designed to intimidate. And it's not on, frankly. There are various ways that people can get in touch with me as a Member of Parliament, and we respond to everybody that gets in touch in the office.
There are proper ways to contact me. Of course there are. Email him, write to him, phone him, attend meetings, then wait. And wait. And wait some more. At this point, some residents are probably expecting the message to arrive by carrier pigeon, carrying a government impact assessment. The irony is that if politicians, Terry Jermy, answered concerns as quickly as you could answer criticism, we'd all have a lot more free time.
Sometimes it can take a bit of time. And there's always competing priorities, there's always emergencies, frankly. We deal with all sorts of difficult cases in the office. We get about 300 emails a day. That's a lot of correspondence to process, but we get back to absolutely everybody and provide people with an update. But what we've seen last week is really a continuation of the ongoing abuse and harassment of elected officials locally and around the country, frankly. I know I'm not alone in that. It happens to other MPs, but we need to call it out. It's not right. We live in a democracy. I know that I am accountable to and responsible to the people that I serve, and come the next election, people can vote for me or not. That's absolutely fine. They can question me, they can challenge me, but we do so appropriately and with respect, not in the way that was demonstrated last week. I've seen MPs receive abuse for their gender, all sorts of misogynistic type abuse. I've seen LGBT MPs abused for their sexuality. I get repeatedly comments online about my weight or my clothes or all sorts of other things about me personally. You do have to have thick skin to be involved in politics, that's for sure, but play the ball, not the player, as they say.
My favourite phrase there was play the ball, not the player. Fair enough. Let's play ball. The ball is mass immigration. The ball is housing pressures. The ball is community concerns. The ball is public safety. The ball is transparency. The ball is votes cast in Parliament. The ball is decisions made by politicians, and strangely enough, every time one of your residents wants to discuss the ball, somebody wants to spend the next week talking about the crowd. Always complaining about the consequence of the problem rather than dealing with the problem. Look, nobody should be harassed. Nobody should be threatened. Nobody should be intimidated. That's true whether you're an MP, a teacher, bin man, or a bloke trying to ask questions outside the town hall. But politicians, Terry Jermy, also need to understand something. When people feel ignored, frustration doesn't disappear. It accumulates. When communities feel that concerns are being dismissed, frustration doesn't disappear, it accumulates. When governments make decisions that large sections of the public fundamentally disagree with, frustration doesn't disappear, it accumulates. And eventually that frustration stops politely arriving in a letterbox or an inbox and starts arriving in the flesh. That's not a Labour problem, that's not a Conservative problem, that's a democracy problem. Because if the public keeps shouting and the politicians keep saying we're listening, sooner or later somebody has to start to wonder whether or not the microphone's plugged in. Westminster's greatest achievement might be convincing everybody that asking questions is a dangerous thing to do, while making decisions without answers is perfectly normal.
So I really appreciate everybody getting in touch over the last few days to express concern and disgust, frankly, about what they saw. It is disgusting. It is unfair. We've got to call out harassment and intimidation. If we want to live in a free and fair society where we can disagree with each other, that's absolutely fine. We do so responsibly and fairly, frankly. I know I'm not perfect as an MP. I do everything I possibly can, and sometimes that's not enough. The government certainly isn't perfect. And I call out bad decisions when I can and when I see them and when I disagree with them.
Terry Jermy's bad decisions. He voted against the amendment calling for the National Grooming Gangs inquiry, because apparently voting against an inquiry isn't the same as being against an inquiry. Westminster logic strikes again. Voted in favour of asylum accommodation regulations because nothing says that we've got this under control. Quite like needing more accommodation. You voted for Labour's national insurance increases. Businesses were told not to worry. Businesses worried anyway. You voted against the measures to increase domestic oil and gas production. Why use your own energy when you can import somebody else's? Voted against the opposition defence proposals because apparently the world's becoming a safer place every day. Voted against motions aimed at protecting family businesses and farms from proposed tax changes because nothing says support your rural communities like giving them something else to worry about.
Are you serious?
You consistently vote with the Labour whip. If Labour MPs were a boy band, TJ certainly knows all the dance moves. He supports net zero policies and emission regulations, saving the planet one expensive utility bill at a time.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
He supports local Labour government finance settlements, the same councils that can't fix a pothole but can somehow find money for a diversity consultant, and has built a voting record that closely mirrors the Labour's government's agenda. So if you're wondering how Terry Jermy is likely to vote tomorrow, just ask, well, I would say ask Keir Starmer today, but it wouldn't be Keir Starmer, no, would it? It would be the Andy bloke who also voted against the rape gang inquiry. So much of the same people, much of the same.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
And that's normal. That's a healthy democracy. And we should be able to agree and disagree responsibly. I will continue to be, or try to be, the best possible MP for South West Norfolk that I can be. I will continue to try to be the best possible councillor that I can be.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
and I rely very much on people reaching out to me, giving me their opinions, discussing concerns with me, coming to surgeries, coming to telephone surgeries, in-person surgeries, whatever that may be, but we do so with proper respect and decorum.
So that was a f***ing lie.
Thankfully, these individuals involved last week, I believe, represent a minority. Most people in Thetford, even if you disagree with what I say and do, or disagree with the political party I represent, understand that that's okay to disagree, but we'll do so responsibly.
Well, I would just like to say for the record here, Terry, that I agree that you shouldn't be attacking the person, only their actions, and that's what I'm doing. But I'm doing it with humour as opposed to hate.
Boring.
And the individuals last week don't represent the vast majority of decent folk in South West Norfolk and Thetford in particular. So thank you to everyone that's been in touch. I'm about to head off to London, which will be no doubt set for an interesting week ahead, and very much getting on with the job of representing people from South West Norfolk as best as I possibly can, and I appreciate the support.
Okay.